Elden Ring has taken the world by storm. As someone who has played and loved the From Software games for years, it's really cool to see so many people enjoying the new game. And while I was excited about the latest project by the developers, I didn't expect their new franchise to take off the way it did. To celebrate that success, I wanted to make a series of videos talking about what got us to Elden Ring, what lessons were learned along the way, why weren't the previous games as popular, what does the future look like for From Software and gaming as a whole post-Elden Ring? And who is the mastermind behind it all? If you want to follow this celebration with me, please like the video and subscribe so you won't miss a video in the series. To tell the story of Elden Ring, we have to start at the beginning. Nope, earlier than that. No, earlier still. There we go. Hidetaka Miyazaki, the mastermind behind it all. The man to thank and blame for your experiences. Miyazaki grew up in Shizuoka, Japan. He was an avid reader as a child and often read English fantasy books despite not fully understanding the language. He has stated that this allowed him to fill in the blanks with his imagination and cited this as a significant influence on his design philosophy. And if you've ever tried to uncover the lore in these video games, you can probably relate to this. In fact, this real-world approach to his design separates his games from others. He has stated other influences such as the Legend of Zelda series and European architecture, which we can see in his games. But it's his knack for evoking familiar real-world feelings in his games that stand out. The lore is told with pieces missing, much like reading a fantasy novel in a second language. The co-op summoning system came to him when he was unable to drive his car up a snowy hill. Strangers helped him push the car up the hill, and before he could thank them, they were gone. And anyone who has reached a seemingly immeasurable goal knows what it's like to beat the Nameless King. Instead of approaching game design as a checklist of what makes a game, levels check, bosses check, indecipherable amount of icons on a map check, Miyazaki looks to recreate familiar emotions in his games, be it triumph, discovery, or gratitude. So what was the experience that Miyazaki had that prompted him to make games? Miyazaki attended Kyoto University and graduated with a degree in social science, which landed him a job as an account manager. He did not have a degree in computer science or creative design or literature, but rather social sciences. In fact, Miyazaki wasn't even big into video games. Growing up, he played tabletop games and game books, like those old Goosebump books with every page corner folded. But his parents never allowed him to play video games. That was something he only experienced once in university. So we have an account manager who majored in social science. How did we go from that to this? I know. Look, I know this game has a decent following that has slowly grown over the years, and I'll go to bat for Shadow of the Colossus any day of the week. But Ico? The game that took one of the worst mechanics in video games, escorting an NPC, and designed an entire game around it? Ico? But that's what happened. That's what unlocked our mild-mannered account manager into the death-hungry dungeon master we all know today. In 2001, a friend recommended that Miyazaki play Ico. That experience motivated him to change his career and become a game designer. Ico? Really? I mean, I have a whole new appreciation of Ico. So, in 2001, at age 29, Miyazaki changed careers to game development, something he had no experience in. This would have been difficult for anyone to pull off, but in Japanese culture, this kind of thing just doesn't happen. Unsurprisingly, Miyazaki struggled to find a company that would hire him, though I do like the idea of someone showing up with a resume that says, I completed Ico and liked it. Fortunately, there was one company that was willing to hire him. Next time, we'll look at Miyazaki's time at From Software and the company as a whole, and how the company triumphed through its struggles to become one of the industry's most beloved and trusted developers. This video is part 1 of a series talking about how we got to Elden Ring and what the future could look like. If you like this video, please remember to give it a like and subscribe so you'll know when the next video is released. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. All it's supposed to feel.